Hi guys, welcome back to Vintology by Lola. I feel like it's been a little bit of a while. I remember I told you last time you saw me I was recovering from my first surgery, and then I ended up having to have a second emergency surgery because my incision got infected. So I've been doing a lot of sitting and I needed to do stuff that was calming. So I decided to make some stuff that was on my bucket list of my crafting bucket list. And so I decided that I would make some muslin seam rolls. I don't even know what they're called. I just call them muslin seam rolls. And I did some snippet rolls. So let me show you what I made. So first one I did. I just took plain muslin that I had in my stash. So this was really nice because I didn't have to go anywhere. Well, I couldn't go anywhere, but I didn't have to go anywhere to buy anything. I happened to have it. I happened to have an old spool, and then I stamped it so it looks like it's really vintagey, but it's not. So all I did was tear my muslin. I did not cut it. I totally tore it. Then what I did was I did a background stamp on the entire spool. So I took it and I laid it out and I stamped it. And I just want to tell you before somebody even asks, I just used Timmy's Distress Oxide. And I used vintage, what is the one I always use? The vintage, hang on a second. Can I remember the name of it? No, of course I can't remember the name of it. Vintage Photo, sorry, okay. Anyway, so I used Vintage Photo and I used just small stamps. So if you have small stamps that you wonder, what am I going to do with them? This is absolutely the perfect project for it. So I stamped the whole thing with a background stamp. So it was just a floral. Actually, this is the stamp that I use, this Anna Griffin. And that's what I used, and I just stamped the whole thing. Then I went and I put what I decided I wanted on it. So I wanted butterflies and the word wonderful. So then I just started stamping. But what was great is I just stamped the butterflies first all the way through. You can see the whole thing. Here it is, all the way through. Oh, and I also stamped the spool too. I thought that would be kind of fun. So I stamped it with the butterfly and fly and beautiful. So it's kind of a cute little thing. And then I went back and I did the word wonderful in between. And when I was done, it looked great, but I did not like just the fringe on the top. So I actually took one of my daubers and I just lightly laid it down and I just brushed with my dauber. You know what I'm talking about, right? These babies, right? And I just went through and I just lightly did that. Well, that made it look so terrific. I loved it. Now, is this, I'm going to warn you right now, this is extremely addicting because it is a quick project and because you can get so much done in such a short period of time, you find yourself doing a lot of it. So I did this one, and then I did this one, and 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 I did this one. So, needless to say, it really worked out well. It was fun, it was therapeutic, and it was a great way to use up some small stamps. Now, each one of these is a little bit different, and then all I did was take sari ribbon and just tie a little bit. Now this is, I'll show you this one, this is my sewing theme. So this is cute. This is just a sewing one. So it starts with a tape measure, buttons, and then this is a sewing machine. And then it's buttons, scissors, buttons, and then it's sewing. Now you probably can't see. If I put it up here, you'll be able to see better. And you can see. Oh, and then and then right in the middle, I put the dress form with the crown on it. That's exactly in the middle. And so then I just kept doing it. So I won't show you the rest of that. So that's that one. This one I did is a French theme. Now this is the difference between this edge. Can you see how white that edge is? And the brown edge. So I did not tip the edge on this one, which was fine because this one was so much wider. So this one I did a little bit wider because I wanted to use a larger stamp. And this one is all French. So it says fly and beautiful, and it's got the bird cage. This one I actually used more of a script for a background for a stamp. Everything has, before I tell you anything else, everything has a background stamp. So I did background stamp. You can see where I stopped. This was the size. This is the size of the stamp, so it went really fast. But then if you didn't line it up perfect, you would have white spots. But there it is. So that's what it looks like through the whole thing. And I have to say, the more I did it, the better I got, and the more it looked like it was actually purchased. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I used 7 different stamps on this one. So it makes this one really, really interesting, plus the background. So it's got 8 different stamps. So it's super simple, you guys. It literally, muslin, some stamps, and ink. And that's all you need. And it's a great little project. So, and the rest of these are repeats. They have other little things on them. They were either French. Oh, this one I did, just, I put the word always remember, which I thought this was cute. And I did this one with just the postage, the little postage mark. And it says sweet, and it's got the bird and the key. So that's how that one looks. Oh, but they were so much fun to do. Okay, so I was kind of on the fabric kick thing. So then I thought, okay, then I'm going to make these. Well, I'm not sure if I really like these, but they were super simple to make and they went by really fast. So I think it's G.I. Carey. She did these and hers were really cute. I didn't think mine turned out as cute, but you literally take a paper clip and you wrap the paper clip, you leave just the tip, and then you can use some sort of embellishment or something up at the top. And then you put on a garment clip, and now you have something for your junk journals or for your journals. So I did a couple of those. Let me reach over here. This one turned out very sweet. So this one had pink underneath and lace on top with just a mother of pearl button. This one I did green with just a little rhinestone. So if you're looking for a pop of color, I tried to keep it more neutral though. Okay, so then I did this one, and this is more like a bridal one because this is like just all really fine lace, and then I put a pink tulle rose on it, and then it has a white clip at the top. So I've got a couple more here. Here's another one. This one's very little and petite, and I used trim to go around the top and a button. You guys, another really fast, if you want instant gratification, a super simple one. This one I actually used a paper flower on. I used a piece of lace and I used some green. This is like from an old hanky. So I did that. And then this was actually the very first one I did. And this was just a cut up doily and a vintage pink button. So I did those. So still on the fabric kick, I decided the next thing on my bucket list was to do a snippet. Well, I have been gathering junk for a while. So this is my bucket, and this is like the one they send you home from the hospital with. So I just I also did a whole bunch, just to show you as a footnote, I did a whole bunch of rosettes. Oh my gosh, I sat in front of the TV and made thousands of rosettes. So I have a huge bag of rosettes. But anyway, I digress. This is my junk stuff. This is the stuff that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use it again. I wasn't sure if I liked it, or it was clips and pieces of things. So this has everything in it. I mean, just some gaudy, ugly. I mean, look at this. Is that not the most gaudy thing you've ever seen? Okay, anyway, all I can think of is 1970 and Saturday Night Fever. If you guys are old enough. Anyway, so this was my junk thing, and I thought, okay, so I've got enough to do a snippet roll. I can do a snippet roll, and everybody has different ways of doing it. Well, I can't lift anything yet, and my sewing machine is not permanently set up anywhere yet because we're still working on my craft room because my husband is now in there as his office because of this whole COVID thing. So I said, I'm just going to glue it. I'm just going to make it. I'm going to glue it. Well, I ended up with 2 of them, you guys. Another one that was very satisfying. I happen to have a big box of these really weird spools and stuff that somebody sold me. And so I wasn't sure what I was ever going to do with them. Well, I found something to do with them now. I can put my snippet rolls on them. So they're pretty big. I mean, they're short, but they're pretty wide. So let me show you my snippet roll. I took a piece of sheet and I tied it on with that. So it's tied on through the spool, through the hole in the spool. Then I just took muslin and a piece of lace. So I just took a piece of muslin and a piece of lace. This one is actually an old sheet. So this is a pink sheet. Now mine is a little stiff, so it's not going to be as loose as maybe someone who just sewed it down the center. But I kind of like it stiff because I know that nothing's going to come off wherever I cut it. So wherever I cut my snippet roll, or if this is going in my giveaway, whoever gets it, where they cut it, it will be totally okay. So I started with a fabric covered button that I had made, a lace fabric covered button, and then I just started putting on everything that I had in that bucket. I just started cutting it on and gluing it on, but I wanted some 3D stuff. So that's when I put the button on, and I stitched on the key, and I put on a bow, and here is, this kind of comes up with lace, and it's got fabric underneath, and there's like, this is one of my, I just said it, my whole bag of, oh well, whatever. I can't think of the name of it right now. I'll just keep going. Then I put a crown on, and I stitched that on. This is a cabochon with a butterfly and a doily. And then this one I put on, I love this. This is an old charm. Like somebody gave it to me, and it was in a box or something, and I wasn't sure what I was ever going to do with it. Well, it worked perfect to put the little zipper on there with the heart and the pearl. Here's another one of my, what are they called? I can't remember. You guys tell me. Say it to me out loud. I just said I had a bag of them. Oh gosh, I can't think of the name of it. Okay, so then I put on a pearl, and then I put on a rhinestone-y button with a pearl in the center. And then here's some trim, and here's some flower, and here's a rosebud, and this is some seam binding, and some lace, and some more buttons. And this was a whole piece that was lace, and it had a button, and it had, through the button, it had seam binding, so I stuck that on. And then here's some more, and this was torn off of something, and this is, this was a piece of seam binding that was lace-like. And then here's another one I put on that I can't remember the name of it. Yo-yos! Yo-yos! Okay, thank you, Jesus, Joseph, and Mary. So there's the yo-yos. That's what I had. This was part of some trim. I stitched on a bead. Here's some more. Here's another button. Here's the other end. And here is some yumminess, some quiltedness, and then the little pieces off of there. And then, like I said, I just rolled it onto here when I was done. And what I did was I just used the width of my fabric. Whatever the width of my fabric was, that's what I chose to make the length of my snippet. So because I had chosen not to use a sewing machine, I did not want to just put 2 pieces together, glue them together, although you could if you wanted to. And I've seen so many people do so many things with snippets, and I just loved it. And I thought, I am going to try it. So there's that one. This one is pretty much, you know, the same, but I mean, everyone, I think, I'm not sure that you could ever make a snippet that looks exactly the same. So this one has a darling paper clip that someone sent me that had a pearl on it, and I just loved it. And then I took a filigree and a plastic rosebud, and I did the same thing. I just started layering, and I tried to keep some things up and off of the snippet and things underneath it. This one has an arrow. This is a big rose. I put a rose inside of a rose. There's a little crown. This one comes up. This is another layer underneath, layer, rose. Here's a flower with a flower, some more, I just put a couple beads on, some buttons, bows. This was an applique piece. I just tied I just used a little garment pin and put a button and a tassel. This I put a rhinestoney bird inside the middle of the yo-yo instead of a button for something different, a little sequins, another key. Here's a little charm that's just a bead with, you know, a bead cap in the back. This is a really old, I'm thinking that this might be a Bakelite button. And so that was, I'm not sure if that was a mistake to put that on there or not, but very old button. And I just loved it with the yellow over there. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to. And then there's some more. And then I did a rolled rose that I had done. And then this is the end. And that was a butterfly that I put a doily in. And then the end has these roses and stuff on it. So it was supposed to be kind of feminine. But oh my gosh, again, you guys, if I've said it once, I've said it twice. This is a very quick project. And what I loved about this one is there's no right, no wrong, no yes, no no, no color scheme. It's just, you just go and do it. Had I known that these were that easy, I probably would have done these a lot sooner. But I always looked at everyone else's and said, oh my gosh, they're so gorgeous. How do you get that kind of stuff, you know? And then once you start putting your junk away in a bucket that you're not sure what you're going to do with, or you have small pieces, you end up with a whole bunch of stuff. Then last night I was watching somebody online, and of course I didn't write it down, but you know you can always count on that for me because you know that I'm not going to tell you where I got it from. You'll have to hunt it down. But there was someone who was doing this little book, and she showed how to do it. And it took me less than 2 hours from start to finish to fold it, to decorate it, and to have it completely done. It was so cute. And it's actually with just a regular piece of computer paper, and then you embellish it. So it starts like this, and you lift this up, and it's got a piece of paper in it, okay? And this I have to fix. I have a little oops. I have to put some washi tape here. But then in this part here is a pocket. So I put a little tag in there that matches the paper. So you've got that little tuck spot, and you flip this over. Then you open this, and here it is. As you can see that it's just white typing paper. And so then you put a little pocket over here, and then I put 2 little tickets in there. So cute. This would be so cute. I think it's like a friend. I think she called it a Penpal Envelope. I think that's what she called it. Then I just did this little one, and this is a pocket. And so then I just did it. I just embellished it a little bit, and this was just a little tag that I put in there with a ribbon on it. And then you open up this one. Oops, something stuck there. And this one opens up. I stamped some vintage French words there. And then inside you can do that for a picture or a note, whatever. Then it's got a little one, another little pull-out pocket over here. And I just put a heart and a vintage button on there. And then I put this on that says, "This is the best day ever." So cute. And this is the inside. Well, she didn't have this covered. I did not like it all white. It was just too plain for me. So I took a piece of 6x6 paper, cut it down, and put it in there. And then this just sits in there, and it's just a little tag pocket. So there's the tag pocket, and then I just put some seam binding up here and some, I think it's tatting up there. And then I just put some little flowers there. I'm probably going to put some buttons or something in there. I haven't finished it yet. And then I put these 2, Princess and Adore, because it was from the paper line. It was from one of my Mind's Eyes. I just had a couple pages left from a paper pad, and I thought, oh, that's perfect, 6x6. And then that's the back. And this just sits in there. And so you shut this back up. Okay. And you shut this up, and then you turn it over, and then there's the back, which is another pocket. And this is all with one piece of paper, and it's all that whole tricky where you fold it and you cut it, and then it turns into all this stuff. Well, this one isn't even cut. And so then I just put the Eiffel Tower and Adorable and Sweet, and then I stuck 2 more tags in there. This is just a pennant that says Lovely, and then just another tag in there. So that is what I have been up to. trying to recover. I am pretty excited because I did get to go to Hobby Lobby today and pick up a bunch of stuff. And I was really excited. I'm just going to quick show you what I'm going to try. I am going to try to do seals. I'm going to try some wax seals, you guys. So we're going to try it with this one that says with love. And I haven't even opened it yet. So let's just quick, no, I won't open it now. But anyway, this one, so I'm going to try wax seals. And then I saw these guys and I've been trying not to buy stickers, but OMG, have you guys seen these? These are puffy van stickers and beetle bug with the camper. Oh my gosh. Can we just talk about how cute these are for 1 second? I'm not going to show you what else I bought from Hobby Lobby because there are enough people who do Hobby Lobby hauls that you don't need to see my stuff. But if you have not seen these stickers, stickers are all of Paper Studios, 50% off. You guys have to go get these stickers. I am telling you, on the road again, hope to see you soon. You know, let adventure begin. There's all sorts of cute little slogans that you can put with these and just make a simple, sweet little card. I'm going to make some stuff, I think, for some of my teachers because I didn't get to see them for the end of the year. And write something about vacationing on these. And I just love them. So it's 2 little beetles and 2 campers, you know, like big vans. And then the camper pieces are attached. Oh, gosh. So cute. So anyway, that is all, people. I hope I have inspired you to do something, try something different or new. Remember, we are trying to get to 1,000 by the end of this month. I would love for it to be this summer because I am busy all school year. So I would love to do that. I think at this point, I have at least 3 pieces to my giveaway. And just think vintage. Think vintage. That's all I need you to think about right now. So for the giveaway, I will have a little tiny challenge, just a tiny one. So that's why I say think vintage. So I will chat with you later. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you haven't hit the button and subscribe. If you have, thank you for coming back. And I hope that you guys are having some really nice weather wherever you are. I know here it's beautiful. It's a little warm, but the sun is shining and I am on the road to recovery. So here we go, more crafting. Talk to you soon, people. Peace out.